So I was at the old Funkatorium looking for stuff for this project. I see a lot of interesting things here. And I ran across an old friend. A friend that took me back to the dawn of the internet. Meet Mama 3000. I started on YouTube in 2006, and one of the first things I was obsessed with was automating a stick burner. So it's kind of funny. 20 years later, I find myself doing the same thing now, from using drum smoker fire baskets in the SMOKESLINGER to obsessively arranging briquettes. And we are not even halfway through this journey. So I've got 2 more techniques left. In the last episode, we struggled to get this pit up to temp, mostly because we started with a cold pit. So by just dumping coals in there, say with a charcoal chimney, we could have alleviated all that, especially if we preheated the cabinet. Let's see what my coal bed looks like. Then I'll open this up. It's burning. Probably also going down a little bit in temperature because we're losing that wood, but when that other wood ignites, it's going to come up. And these coals are, they're warm, but they're not hot. And it doesn't look like anything else has ignited anywhere. 187, we've stabilized the temperature. So watch this. I'm going to open this up. And remember, this was our cook side, right? All I'm going to do is put this over on the hot side. See if that makes a difference. And that's the hot side because it's directly above the heat. So we're going to catch some radiant heat. All right, well, moving that only just brought it up a few degrees, and then it stabilized back to where it's wanting to run. And that's because the size of the coal bed is restricted. So we have these fully open. I can't do anything to these. I could close one off, and we're going to try that later. But let's see what happens if I open up one of these, right? And I want to open it up all the way. Let's see what happens, whether that causes a spike down or brings it up. So it looks like, according to this graph, after a while, it just lowered the temperature. So we're going to go back to closing this one off. All right, so now what is the inverse of that? And remember, I kind of know what the results are going to be, but we're doing this just for experimental purposes. What happens if I bring that down to 1/2 open, keeping this one full? What effect will that have on my temperature inside the box? Okay, as you can see from the graph, it actually did impact. So restricting the amount of heat and smoke coming out of this did affect the fire. So while I have this full open and this half open, feeding the air on this side, I'm going to go ahead and close this off. And the reason why is because I'm going to crack this door open just about like that. Maybe close a little bit more because I don't want any smoke coming out. Yeah, there we go. That's it. So I'm giving it a little shot of real air. Let's see what that's going to do. On the next episode of Long Burn SMOKESLINGER, we're going to see what effect leaving that door open had. And then finally we'll get to some results